guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Princess of Aesthetically Princess here on my channel. If you are new here, I do a multitude of things from vlogging to art to journaling, and today that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing my February journal setup, which I'm so excited for. I am also going to be showing you guys some February shop pieces that are also going up today, and then I'm also showing you the Valentine's Day pieces, which if you order now, I can always get your Valentine's Day pieces to you before Valentine's Day. I'm so excited for you guys to see this journal setup. I really liked it. I love the coloring. I love everything about it. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into the video. Okay, so first of all, I know it looks weird. My dumb behind decided it would be very smart to not switch my screen around, because I usually record my screen to do my digital setup because I find it easier personally just for me to get it done instead of having to film it completely from overhead on a camera, and it makes life so much easier for me. So why would I complicate anything? So here's the biggest problem though. It's kind of set weird because I forgot to undo it because I'm just that blonde sometimes. But for this theme, I decided I want to go for like a very pink rose filled theme, because my themes for the months are floral. So if you were ever confused about what you might see here for my themes for my digital journal setups, they're all florally based. So we're going for a February like hot pink, white, red, light pink theme, and then I'm going to add in those same colors as roses as well. I really like how the journal setup was, because I've already started to use my journal setup to organize my calendar, because what we're working on currently is the calendar. It's actually very useful because I've been able to type everything in on GoodNotes and everything still looks the same and it still fits all the boxes. That's what I was mostly concerned about when I was originally making this, was will all the boxes fit actual words and things like that, and they do, and it's very helpful. I'm very happy with it. Thankfully I'm very thankful that it fits everything I need for it to fit, and I've fit a lot of things in the past few days because again I've been using this setup. These aren't just random setups I just make and don't use, but setups like this are very useful, and I kind of like this over the setup that I had for last month, which was kind of a small calendar and then tasks for each day set to the side so that I could just write them out there. This one actually served a much bigger purpose than that particular one, and this one was 10 times more helpful. So as for each day, I kind of just was like, I'll just kind of alternate the colors that I've chosen for this theme because that's my set theme, and then proceeded to write in all the numbers because I didn't feel like typing them in. Wrote in all the numbers, and I just put little colored dots behind them to add in like this extra flair to such a white page. And then finally, as for the February at the top, I kind of like it, but at the same time I kind of didn't, but it still served its purpose because it's just February. And then I added these cute roses at the bottom mostly because I really wanted to have like this border down at these borders without boxes in them to just be filled with flowers and stuff. It wouldn't be overbearing enough that it would mess too much with what you need to put in those particular days that they're slightly covering, but at the same time it still added a nice color of decoration to it, and I think it looks really good. I actually really like this page. I think it's one of my favorites because of all the florals at the bottom. You know what else I could have done? Could have put flowers behind the numbers, but that feels like a little bit too much now that I think about it. So good thing we completely bypassed her. That was not my problem. I ended up adding these cute little dots in places because this is a similar thing I've done for a lot of my pieces, because it's just like the way the colored just circles look next to their corresponding colors. So I like how this looks. I think it looks pretty. Let's move on to the next piece. Okay, so this is my daily setup. We're going for something a lot different than I had for last month. I had something kind of wild for last month, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to do different journal setups. I'm gonna try doing different setups each month so I can see what works best for me personally. I mean, I've only been doing this for like a year or now, almost two. It kind of just has to pertain to what best works for me, but at the same time you guys can of course figure out what you want to do. You don't have to always use this, but I do offer this as a download on my shop, link down below. So if you like the way these are set up, or any of these pages, you can do these are linked up in my shop, and they are a download. They are completely free, but you can pay whatever you want. So I have the pay whatever you want option. If you don't want to pay anything, you don't have to. So I actually really like how this also came out. I like the background light pink. On the side, you can see that I did a very interesting habit and mood tracker for each day. So what I'm going to do is each day for that week, I'm going to have a set few kind of habits that I'm going to track, so that each day I can just put a dot on whatever habit that I've done for that week or for that day. And then as for the key, it says good, okay, and bad. Those are my color. Those are what I'm going to be using as kind of, how do you say, a mood tracker. So each day will have like probably a colored circle next to a colored circle in the box, so I can know what days I was really not feeling it. And it makes it easier for me, instead of having to use a huge mood tracker, because I can see it's right there when I go in to check my daily stuff, and I can just easily just put a circle on that day. And of course, if you want to add some more, you can add a different tracker to another page, so you can compile it all into one day onto like one page, so you can see everything. But I really was just kind of like, okay, this is what how I feel for this particular day. And then of course you can go back and check all the days and things like that. As for the rest of the decorations on this page, I was trying to stick with this floral theme, and I really like how this turned out. The February looks great. The colors of the roses look great. The roses look great. And I also love this little notes section that I have off at the bottom, because at the end of the week, during the week, you try and think of stuff that you're going to need for next week. So I just like to write stuff down there in the little notes section. Next is the brain dump. Now, this is what I like to use whenever I have like a really big problem, when I'm thinking of something, when I have things that I need to be doing, but at the same time have ideas spewing out my ears or whatever. And so I decided to do four little squares, and then add little roses to those squares, because sometimes you need categories for when you think of things. So it helps a lot if you have just categories for whatever things you're trying to make up. So as for me, I didn't write them in this video, but my brain dump categories are YouTube, Instagram, shop, and then meals. So I have a tendency to write down a bunch of ideas that I have for YouTube videos, and they get jumbled up in the same things that I try and write for my meal plans, and trying to write for ideas for Instagram, or even ideas for my shop, because I like to add different things to my shop. So there are a few things that I like to add and try to keep up with, so I can make sure I've thought it up and written it down somewhere. I used to actually write it in an actual physical notebook, but I lost it, so this makes it a little bit easier, especially since my good notes is connected to my cell phone. So whatever I write in my cell phone automatically goes to my tablet, and vice versa, so it makes my day so much easier. As for the decorations of the little brain dump categories, I kind of just added a few roses to the top corners, so that they would still look pretty, and it wouldn't just be a page of just like boxes, but at the same time I would still have room to write things. So one of the biggest things that I am thankful for myself for doing is getting a budget tracker. It helps me realize what things I've bought that month, and as well as the things that I kind of been. It also helps me realize what income I've been making for that month, especially with my shop and commissions and things like that. It helps me keep track of all of that, and as well as just things that I've bought that I need to keep an eye out for their packages. I have a tendency to buy small business items, and a lot of times small business items have a tendency to take a lot longer than I was expecting to come, because of course they need to be handmade, and as such I kind of get stuck with the idea of, oh my gosh, I could have sworn I had a package, and then I go back and I make sure and I check. So I also decided to make this little square box at the bottom as a wish list. So I actually have a wish list of items that I want to buy, so it makes it easier for me to keep track of those items that I want, as well as figure out how much they are, how much they're going to cost for that month. If I see a sale, then I'll revert back to it to see if they have what I want in stock and how much the pricing would be now that it is on sale. It makes life so much easier. I went for like this very long box for expenses because I have a tendency to buy a lot of things in that month, and then I have a smaller box for income because my income is usually compiled to whenever I just transfer the money from one place to my bank account. So I just kind of popped that all into one. It didn't need to be too big, and then it didn't need to be too small at the same time. I decided to make a very small total piece at the bottom because it's just the monthly total. It's just the total for that month, and so I just compile it down. As for this three-way box, it's to also compile, my what I spent with the income that I have for that month, the expenses that I had compiled for that month, and then the current balance in my bank account. Makes things so much easier, so fast. I'm just trying to tell you, it makes my life so much easier. So if you have never tried a budget tracker, I 10 out of 10 would recommend you try one just to see how it feels. If it's not for you, that's perfectly okay. But like having that budget tracker was just something that I didn't know I needed to add to my life until I did it. So now here we are, and now we're just kind of stuck with it because this is one of the best things that I've ever added to my, bullet journal setup. Okay, on to shop update items. So, if you don't know, I have a small shop. I kind of already talked about it a little bit. And for this year, I decided I was going to make some Valentine's Day cards. I know everyone's been doing, of course, Valentine's Day themed things. I am doing Valentine's Day cards. I decided I want to do 4 different cards, things that represent different things. So, the first card you're seeing is a romantic love card because, of course, most people have a partner that they want to give something to on Valentine's Day. This one, on the other hand, is kind of like familial love. As someone who's a romantic, I kind of thought up of these ideas because personally, I don't have a partner and I don't desire one at all for the moment that I'm currently in. And as such, I thought it would be the best time to have, someone who I could give a nice Valentine's Day card to, write them a letter on the blank side of the paper and still have a cute quote on the other side. I decided I wanted to do something that was representative of the roses. As you can see, each rose means a different thing, and as such, each card means a different thing. Yellow is friend love, the love for a friend, your best friend, the person that you've been with for a very long time that isn't romantic. And like I said, not everyone has a romantic partner, but you still want to give gifts on Valentine's Day, which I've done a lot before. And finally, one is my favorite. This is self-love. This one is for people who are by themselves this Valentine's Day. When you order your card, you can write yourself a letter, close it up, leave it for Valentine's Day, open it, and maybe it'll help on that day particularly. Maybe you're feeling a lot more down than usual. Maybe you're not feeling as the best that you could, but it makes everything a little bit better. So I also decided to do my monthly journal stickers. as we all know, I do a monthly set of, colorful stickers that I want to do for everyone and their help. So, of course, I made my character, Lyra, and her cat, Sphinx, her Sphinx cat, Forager, and I wanted them to be like the main thing because, much like me, Lyra is aromantic and she doesn't have a partner at the time, and for her favorite person at the moment is her cat, which is who she lives with. So I thought it would be the best. I absolutely love the calendar sticker. It's one of my favorite stickers that I've actually made for this month, and it just looks so pretty. I just like the way that it's completely set up. For the actual page, I decided I wanted to do like this very cute little letter kind of look. I realized that my Lyra sticker wouldn't fit on my main page, and that was okay. I was perfectly fine with that. But I decided I wanted to do just a crumpled up piece of paper because I always see the cute pieces of paper that people always put in their journals. And, I just took an old book that I bought from Dollar Tree that I attempted to read, and it just was not good at all. Instead, I decided to do some more stickers. I have a large amount of stickers. One of the stickers that I have for this month are these hands holding letters. They are similar to the ones that I showed when I was showing off what's it called? The Valentine's Day cards, because they are, same setup. I think they look pretty. I like them. There's also an option for just, these hands holding letters. I like those as well. They're very cute. I find them very pretty. You can see all of the full spectrum of stickers on my shop, which is also linked down below. It's completely open at the moment that you see this video, so check it out. Hopefully if you order on this day, then I'll be able to get it to you before Valentine's Day. I had so much fun making up these stickers. They made, my day as Valentine's Day slowly approached. I also offer these 4 little roses. You'll probably get 8 with your order, just so you know. Again, if you order these at this moment, I can get them to you for Valentine's Day. Try and get them to you before February starts so that you can, do your February journaling and makes things so much easier. These are honestly my favorite little hand stickers. They just are so pretty. Tried to make sure I kept within the skin tone spectrum. Enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Please give it a comment down below whatever you want to see for March. I am going by florals this year because I really like the idea of having flowers for my themes this year. So I'm so excited for you guys to keep seeing these different setups for my journal. And if you order, please tag me in any of the stuff that you order off my shop. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.